Hello, hello. Welcome to this edition of the Cancer Coach Talks. I'm your host, Leslie Nance, and tonight we're talking about a very few important vitamins that you can get in your life, and that is vitamin L, vitamin S, and vitamin P. And if you wonder what I'm talking about, then stay with me tonight. Or if you're watching this in replay, if you're watching this on YouTube, wherever you're watching this from, stay with me. I'm going to explain what each one of those are. But right now, I just want to say hello to everybody that is joining live tonight. I know a lot of you have been sitting in anticipation and wondering what in the world. I had made a promise that I was going to give out some free vitamins tonight, and I'm going to, because what I'm going to share with you are things that you can do that are absolutely free and start to make that body an inhospitable environment to cancer, but not only cancer, but also disease. So thank you guys so much for being here. Let me just do a little business and we'll get right down to this. Hi, Richard. Hi, Matthew. It's good to have you here. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is actually a video that was recorded live in my group, The Real Answers About Your Cancer. You can just find that right on Facebook and ask to join, and we would be happy to have you there. So go check that out. I do these trainings on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, and we and it's at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So make sure that you sign up over there in that group. We would love to have you there. Hello, William. It's good to see you. Hello, Matthew. Hi, Ann. Hello, Lisa. Hi, Jamie. Thank you guys so much for joining in today. I have to tell you guys that I had like the most amazing day of client calls today. Like everybody I talked to had amazing stories to tell me today. And I'm just going to ask Jamie. Jamie, do you mind if I share a little bit about your good news? Do you mind if I share that here in the video tonight? Knowing that it's going to be like out on Facebook and everything. Do you mind if I do that? Let me know. Just give me a yes or no. But everybody I talked to today had like this, hi D, it's good to see you. I had like this amazing like results this week. Like, oh my gosh, right? Okay, she's saying, please do. Awesome. So Jamie is one of my clients. She's been with me for a few weeks now, a couple months actually. I think we're like on, yeah, well, we're just past the 8 weeks and we have special circumstances and we keep working together. Anyway, Jamie is in active treatment, just to give you the whole story. Jamie's in active treatment, and she had treatment last week, and during the treatment, they did some blood tests, and one of the blood tests that they did was they tested her tumor markers, and they were not just like down, they were way down, like way down. And so amazing news there. The few weeks prior to that, Jamie actually had some really good news about the tumor shrinking. And so she is using all the vitamins that I'm going to tell you about tonight. She is using vitamin L and vitamin S and vitamin P. And I'm going to tell you also a little story about Jamie, because it was just such a beautiful thing. I wasn't going to use her name, but I'm going to use it now because it's such a beautiful thing that she told me this afternoon. So huge congratulations to you, Jamie. And we're just all like fully celebrating with you. So yes, right? You definitely need this info, right? I know it is really hard to figure it all out, Diana. I know. This is why I try to come here and give you guys these like a little bit of a mindset change. Isn't that fantastic, Anne? I mean, Anne had her own good news today as well. Everybody I spoke to today was like, good news, good. Like we solved like some massive problems. And so I would just want to tell you that you guys, that Anne is an eating rock star. So just so you know, she's totally making that body inhospitable to cancer. So yes. Starting radiation next week, a little bit scary. Diana, if you have not already booked a call with me, I would love to speak to you. I know that's like really aggressive, like get on the phone. Diana, get on the phone. Diana, get on the phone with me. That's not, I don't mean to be that aggressive, but if you have not talked to me one-on-one, I would highly recommend that you just hop on a free phone call with me, and maybe I could help get rid of some of those fears and help you get on a good path so that you can do well during radiation, right? I know. Yeah. Uh, that's amazing, right? I love that, Richard. Richard's got his own success stories to share. You guys, if you have a success story, if you have a good piece of good news, no matter how small or how big it is, you are welcome to share it in those comments. We will all celebrate with you. So, yes. Okay. So let's get down. I know you guys are here. I want to respect your time this evening. And you're here to get those free vitamins that I'm here to give out tonight. And I have to tell you, it was a little bit play on words. Of course it was, because you all know that there's no vitamin L or vitamin P or vitamin S, but there are, but they're not literal vitamins that you ingest. These are mindset vitamins. These are mindset vitamins that feed your progress, that feed your mindset for healing. And next week I have a note. Next Tuesday I'm gonna talk about what is a healing mindset. Like, what is that? When Leslie says healing mindset, what does that even mean? Like, and so we're going to talk about that next Tuesday, what a healing mindset is. So our first vitamin on the list tonight is vitamin L. Anybody want to take a stab? Right? I love it. Oh, Matthew's like totally Googling like vitamin L. He's like, what is that? That's some like super cancer buster thing that Leslie knows about. That is awesome. I'm ha-haing that too. Hold on. I have to give a little. That is funny right there. So, and I'm going to love Diana's comment and I'm going to love Anne's. Okay, sorry, I need to just get on with this. So, okay, so that's awesome. I love that you tried. Oh, you guys are guessing love. That's a good one, actually. I love that. Vitamin L being love. Vitamin L is actually lifestyle. Hi, Joy. It's good to see you. Vitamin L is a lifestyle. Believe it or not, Harvard Medical put out a study several years ago that said over 50% of cancers would be prevented by lifestyle alone. What the what? That's pretty serious. So that's like saying if you get your lifestyle on board, that you lower your risk of cancer by 50%. Now that's kind of skewing the facts a little bit, but it's in that same idea. It's in that same vein of thought process, is that you can lower your risk of cancer just by your lifestyle. So what does that mean? What does vitamin L mean? Well, let me tell you one thing vitamin L means. It means the fountain of youth. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about my own personal goal. And you can laugh all you want, but I'm here to tell you right now that I am dang serious about what I'm about to say. I fully plan on being on this planet until I'm 125 years old. Actually, if I would just live just a few years longer, I could see the year 2100. But I full on plan on being 125 years old. And you're like, well, how? Nobody lives that long, Leslie. That's like a pipe dream. Like, how are you going to do that? I truly believe as we learn and we grow as humans, that we are going to have the ability to live longer and longer and longer. And especially if we have done our due diligence and we have taken care of our body like now. And you may be going, but you had cancer. You had cancer. You did medical treatments. You did all this stuff. You had a really crappy lifestyle for like 42 years. You didn't eat well. I mean, how in the world are you going to live that long? It's because I am making my body an inhospitable environment to disease through my lifestyle choices. Right? Cece's like, I'm not laughing. I'm with you. We're going to have a big party, right, Cece? We're going to have a big 125th birthday party. You're all invited. We're going to do it big. But I truly believe that we are going to be more and more capable of this. And you hear a lot of people talking about, pollution and all these things that we're bombarded with all of these x-rays and all of this stuff in the air, and, all the cruddy food and all those kinds of things. And that it just, we're actually not we're living longer, but we're not living as well at later ages. And so, but we hear, keeping those telling age, my ears growing, that's right. But we hear all of this stuff and we go, whew. Like it's this whole sinking feeling. And you start to feel like everything that you do causes cancer, right? Like every choice I make causes cancer. This is a mindset that you put yourself into. You either believe in yourself or you don't. I fully believe in myself. I fully believe in my body's capabilities of living to be 125 years old, barring any accidents like getting run over by a freight train or having a surfing accident, or, oh my God, it's kind of scary since I'm going surfing in a couple weeks. But I mean, having all of those things and having that opportunity to live that long. And it's funny because I used to say that and Robin was like, oh, maybe whatever. And he used to kind of laugh at it. And now he's like, no, she's serious. He'll say that. You'll hear him say it on the radio. He's like, no, she's serious. She really wants to live to be 125 years old. I'm like, heck yeah, I do. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. Think of all the things that I'm going to get to see and throughout my life. That means I'm like a third of the way through my life at 47 years old. And so this is a very powerful notion, but how do I achieve that? I achieve that by my lifestyle. What does that mean? For me, it means moving my body once a day. It means that I get up, I do yoga, or I go to the gym, or I go for a walk, run, or I get on my treadmill in my basement, or I do rebounding, something every single day. Something every single day, moving my body, but not to the extreme. It's not like I'm getting in the CrossFit gym and, like lifting super heavy weights and, doing all of these things. It's truly just moving my body, getting my heart rate up for 20 minutes to half an hour, lifting light weights, keeping my muscle tone nice and good, making sure that my belly stays nice and flat. I mean, it is a little bit of vanity, but it is also so because that belly fat that surrounds us, that visceral fat, if you have never read my article on visceral fat, I'm going to go, hold on. I'm going to totally link it. You guys have to read this. This is a very enlightening, hold on just a second, go2kitchens.com, visceral fat. You have to read this. That visceral fat, keeping that in check, making sure that my attitude stays nice and healthy. I'm going to go paste it right now. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll link that in there. Making sure that my, hi, Estella. Hi, Carla. It's good to have you guys, right? You've been asleep. Cece's like, thanks for reminding me. If you have not read that article, The Dangers of Visceral Fat, you should go read it and share it out because it's such amazing. We have little icons at the top of the webpage that you can share out. You can like the post. I mean, you can do all kinds of things from there, but you can comment. But it's amazing how important that is to keep that visceral fat in check. It's very hard to be healthy when your body is constantly fighting that. And so I don't have like some super flat tummy, I wish, but I mean, keeping that in check so that I don't have that concern, making sure that I'm getting enough sleep, making sure that I'm staying hydrated, making sure that I stay hydrated. The 5 pillars of health, keeping all of those in check, keeping my stress in check, making sure that I'm getting enough sleep, making sure that I'm eating the correct foods and getting the right information in my body, making sure that I'm getting some exercise in my life. And I said reducing stress, right? Did I say reducing stress? Hold on. Can't remember my own 5 pillars. Sleep, water, food, exercise, and reducing stress. Making sure all of those 5 things are in check. Those are the 5 pillars of health, making sure that they're nice and balanced. That is what vitamin L is. That is what vitamin L is, and it's vitamin lifestyle. So very, very important to make sure that you're paying attention to all of that. we tend to focus when we have cancer, we tend to focus all on cancer, right? Like all of our efforts are like, just have to, get the cancer, get the cancer, get the cancer, get the cancer. And that's a very reductionist, what is considered a reductionist mindset. And the reductionist mindset means, or says basically, that you're focusing only on the problem, but you're not looking at the vessel as a whole. Holistic medicine is paying attention from the very top of your beautiful head to the very bottom of your beautiful feet and everything in between. Paying attention to the entire structure. That is a holistic mindset. A reductionist medicine or reductionist mindset is just thinking about what the problem is and how do we solve the problem. We got to fix the problem. You must fix the problem. So the Western medical system is very reductionist medicine, because if you've ever visit your cancer doctor, the only thing they talk about is how do we get rid of the tumor. They never tell you things about how you relieve side effects or how you stay strong during treatments or what foods that you need to eat or how you need to keep your stress in check or what movements that you need to do. They don't tell you any of that. They only are focusing on the one thing, which is the cancer. It's your job to employ all the things. Yes, it is live now. Hi, Eugene. Yes, we're live. But to employ all the things that make the big differences in your health, that is going to help make your body inhospitable to any cancer, whether it's active or previous or prevention. Those are the things that you need to pay attention to. Does that make sense? You guys with me? Hi, it's good to see you. Okay, let's move on to the next vitamin. The next vitamin is so much more fun, and it's vitamin S. And vitamin S is this. It's this. It's this thing right here. It's this beautiful thing that you have between your nose and your chin, and it's turned up. What's the movie? Okay, so one of my favorite lines in a movie is in Miss Congeniality. I love that movie. Like I could watch that movie a million times over. Is in Miss Congeniality, and he says to her, he says to Sandra Bullock, he says, "Smilers wear a crown, and losers wear a frown." He's trying to get her to smile more, and I'm like, that's hilarious. I love that, but it's so true. It's like never a truer statement was said ever. Smilers wear a crown, losers wear a frown. Your smile is one of the best things that you can do for your body. Hashtag not kidding. Not kidding. So I'm going to tell you a little story today that was told to me. Such a beautiful story. It almost made me cry. I'm going to go back to Jamie again. Jamie and I had a meeting today. She's one of my clients. She's here with us tonight, but Jamie and I had a meeting today, and Jamie and I have been working together for a while. And so we, at first we did a lot of mindset work. We did a lot of nutrition work and whatever. And we're getting to the point now where we can just kind of do some nutrition work and then we can just have a conversation. And we were talking about this very thing. We were talking about a smile. And I was telling her that I had a frustrating day yesterday, and I was just kind of recanting some things that happened. And she and I were discussing that. And she said, like the most important thing is that you don't lose your cool. And people expect you to lose your cool. And when you don't, they're surprised. And she said, and that's just so insulting in my human mind. We should expect just the opposite. We should expect that people will behave and not lose their cool and be surprised when they do. Do you see the difference there? And so she was telling me about a story about she travels for her treatments, and she was said, one of the first times that we traveled, we had an issue with our luggage, and we didn't understand the gate process and all this sort of thing. Anyways, she had a problem, and she said I just stayed nice and calm, and anyways, she had a really good experience where she came back and the guy helped her on a different level. And so we were talking a little bit about that, and And she said it would be so easy to get aggravated in those situations. And then she proceeded, that's not even the story I wanted to tell you. Right? You love that movie too? Oh my gosh, I love Miss Congenia. See, I know, we're there together. So, but then she told me this story. She said, I bought these little stickers, and Jamie, you might put them in here what they are, because I think everybody's going to like want them. But I bought these little Post-it notes, and it says, "You're awesome, and thank you, for your help." And they say, "I'm really proud of you," or whatever. It just has these little positive like sayings on them. And she says she leaves them like everywhere. So when she's checking out at the grocery store, she said when the cashier kind of looks away, she like sticks it up on their little computer. She said when she gets out of a taxi or an Uber, when she gets out, she like sticks it up on the steering wheel column or somewhere where somebody can see it when she's really appreciative. And then she says, I just leave them like in the bathroom, in different places, and you just never know whose life that you're going to affect. And so they're called Live Happy. Yeah. So I loved this. I was like, this really touched me. Like this touched me in a very a deep place in my heart, because I'm a firm believer that if you if you if you want something back, you need to give it out, right? So it's that theory of karma, right? What comes around goes around, basically. And if you want people to be happy and to smile at you, then you need to give out some smiles. And it's absolutely free. And it's not all about what you're giving to somebody else. It's what you're giving to yourself when you do that. Not all of us are privileged enough to reap the benefit of our kindness. We're not all privileged enough to know how that changed someone's day and how it made a difference in someone's day. But what if when you met a stranger, that you looked them in their eyes, first of all, huge sign of respect, look them in their eyes and told them thank you and gave them a big smile. Just gave them a big fat smile. How much does your day change when you give those, when you're conscious about that? You're making a conscious decision to live that way. And this is something that I had to learn, because I very easily can wear a frown. In fact, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes I'll be working on this computer and I'm like really intensely like writing something, and somehow my screen will go dark or something, like if I'm sitting and contemplating a thought, and my screensaver will come on, and I catch a reflection of myself, and I'm like my lips are kind of pursed, and I'm like, I'm not really frowning, but I'm certainly not smiling. And as soon as I see myself do that, I'm like, like fake it till I make it, like thing. And so then I consciously the rest of the time try to smile while I'm typing, and it doesn't affect anybody except me. And so vitamin S is to wear a smile. Now, I love that, Richard. So this goes a long way. So how is this applicable in your cancer journey? This goes a super, super duper huge, long way when you're dealing with your medical team. I want you to imagine, if you will, that the average doctor sees about 200 patients a week. And I want you to imagine, if you will, that all of those patients, especially cancer doctors, are dealing with something very serious. And every single one of them has a sense of urgency about them. And every single one of those patients has a need and a want and a desire. And then I want you to think about how many of them are probably really grumpy when they come in. Maybe it's because they feel bad. Maybe it's because they don't know any better. Maybe it's just how that's all they always are. Maybe they think that that's how they get something in life, is to be grumpy with somebody. And I want you to think about being the person that brings the smile with them. You have the same needs, wants, and desires as everybody else. But if you brought them a smile, and said hello to them and asked them how their day is, and not just not like small talk, like how's your day today, but truly, how's your day today? I hope you're having a good day. Super excited to see you today. And not because I want something from you, but just that I'm genuinely happy to see you today. Do you see that mindset shift? This makes it so much easier to talk to your doctor and to your nurses. And I learned this very early in my journey, because when I was grumpy and grouchy, which I used to be like the biggest grump. You guys have no idea. Totally grumpy. I have a whole story about that. Anyway, but when I would change my thought process and interact with my doctors on that level of like, you know what? This is tough, right? I love that. But you know, this is tough, but that's okay. I'm going to smile through this. Even if it's like a screwed on cruddy smile, I'm still going to smile through this. I'm going to ask you about your day, and I'm going to tell you thank you for helping me. I'm going to say to you thank you so much for everything that you do for me. You have no idea how much it means to me. And from all of us, maybe the people that don't tell you thank you from them too. It goes a long way in these processes, right? Right? I know, it's true. Yeah, Cece, it's a hard job. It's a hard job, and they're asked to perform on these massive scales. I only see 10 clients a week. My limit, that's as many people as I accept in my program at one time. By the way, I only have one spot open, just so you know. If you've talked to me and you've been contemplating like coming into the program, I have one spot right now for like the next 3 weeks, just so you know. So anyway, but I only see 10 people a week. I mean, that's the level of service that you get from me. That's why I'm very different than I'm very different than a doctor in many ways, but that's one of the ways, is because you get like super personalized attention from me that you don't get from typically get from a medical staff. I spend a lot of time with my clients every week, whether it's in text or email or on the phone or whatever it is. But yes, so just imagine that mindset shift, right? Just that shift in thinking of smilers wear a crown. He actually does that. He does that. Smilers wear a crown and losers wear a frown. Okay? All right. So there we go. We got to move on, right? Anne. He's like, this lady's high. I'm pretty sure everybody thinks that about me too, Anne. I'm from Colorado. I literally could be high. So I'm not, but I'm just saying. All right, let's talk about the last vitamin. And this is so vitamin L, lifestyle, vitamin S, smile, and vitamin P is positivity. I really don't like this word. I know, right? You're like, huh? Oh, what are you talking about? You don't like this word. I really don't like this word, because I think people skew it. I think that people skew this word. I think that they use it for their own benefits and their own like methods and ideas. But there is a vitamin P, and that vitamin P is positivity, but not positivity from a mindset of like, you're like, I'm just happy go lucky and everything's gonna be just fine. And you're in the inside, you're like, right? So the outside, you're like, yay. On the inside, you're totally dying. That is not positivity. Positivity is something that grows inside your belly. It's inside of you. It lives deep, deep inside of you. It's not something that's surface. It's not indicated by a smile or by an action, or even by your words. It's something that lives deep inside of you. And I want to challenge each of you right now to search inside of you and to see, do you have a deep positive reaction to the fact that you can heal from your cancer? Do you have that deep inside of you that says, I can beat this? I totally got this. And not, again, not that surface thing, not that thing that you show to your kids or you show to your husband or to keep them from worrying about you. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about that gut reaction, that gut feeling when you truly question yourself. Can I heal from this? Do I believe that I can heal from this? That is the type of positivity that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about affirmations. I'm not talking about posters. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about that thing that comes deep inside of you and says, I have every tool inside of me to heal this cancer. Because you do. Your body created it. Polarity says that your body can heal it. But do you truly believe that? That is vitamin P. Does that make sense? That is vitamin P. I love it. Anne's like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Sometimes when you have vitamin P deep down inside of you, your emotions on the outside don't express that. Like you still have like negative thoughts and you have second, chance. I mean, like you kind of second guess a lot of things. But down deep, if you truly do a gut check, if you truly like search inside of yourself, you can beat this. That is vitamin P. And it's necessary. It's necessary that you have that, right? I love that. Jamie can say, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Love it. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you tonight. If you listen to any of these and you're struggling with lifestyle right now, I always feel, you guys are going to laugh at me, but at this point, I always feel like this is the altar call. If you go to church, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't take up an offering, but here's the altar call right now. And the altar call is this. If any, I love that, D. Yes, amen. All my clients are like, yes, I totally got that. I totally have that inside of me. But if you're listening to this right now and you're struggling like with lifestyle, like you don't have one of these vitamins in your lifestyle, and you're like, I understand what it means, but I don't know how to implement it. I don't know how to start. I don't know where to start. Or I'm so stinking confused because one person says I should eat dairy and the other person says I shouldn't eat dairy. And then one person says I should be eating all this meat. And then somebody else says I shouldn't be eating any meat. And then one person says that it's okay to have some sugar. And then another person says you can't have any. And then one person says eat this and don't eat that. And it's just like, if you're confused about that, you're confused about that part of the lifestyle, you're confused about how to get more sleep and how to reduce stress, if you're confused about, how much water you should be drinking, any of those lifestyle issues, it's time to reach out. Stop putting it off. It is a painless conversation. And in most scenarios, it will change your life. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not saying I wave like a magic wand. But it always helps to speak with a professional that has been in your shoes. I'm a 6-year cancer survivor. I get it. A lot of you are wondering, like, how is she so inside my head right now? It's because I've been there. I've walked in your shoes. If you're struggling with your smile, like you can't find it, you're just having a really hard time just understanding how anybody with cancer can smile, it's time to schedule a phone call. If you had that gut check tonight and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have that. Like, I'm so scared and I'm so petrified and I can't dig deep and I don't know where to find that positivity. It's time to schedule a phone call. They are absolutely free. It's 45 minutes long. It's a get to know you phone call. Anybody who's been on the phone call knows I ask a lot of questions. I want to know about your lifestyle. I want to know about the things that you've tried. I want to know about what's working, what's not working, what kind of cancer you had, what your doctors have said to you. I want to know all that. And you must know that there's no cancer out there that scares me. I know. It's amazing. Not your cancer, not my cancer. I don't have any cancer anymore, but my old cancer, nothing. It doesn't scare me. Nothing surprises me. You're not too far along or too far behind. You're not in the middle of treatment or not in the middle of treatment. None of that matters. So if you, right? I am preaching tonight, aren't I? That's right. Cancer boss, hashtag cancer boss. So if you want to be a hashtag, I'm just going to type it in. If you want to be a hashtag cancer boss, then you're going to use this link right here. Go to Kitchens. Still haven't done like a copy paste thing, you guys. Still haven't done it. Go to kitchens.com /, and we use the word apply. And the reason I use the word, it does not. It does that sometimes. Hold on. Go to kitchens.com /. If you, it says apply, and a lot of people ask me about that. And the reason that it says apply is, that's right. I love that. Cancer can't live here. The reason it says apply is because there's a little form that I need you to fill out. It's very important if you book a call with me to fill out that form. And so that little form helps me help you faster. So if you fill that out, give me lots of good information. It helps me help you faster, because sometimes there are so many different types of cancers. Sometimes I need to talk to my mentor or ask a friend or look on Google and make sure that I understand. I know most cancers, but you guys, a couple of you have stumped me. So you have rare cancers. And so, but I that form is very, very important. So make sure that you fill that out. So, oh, good, Rita. Thank you so much for being here. It's lovely to have you here. I'm so happy that you're here. So, all right, guys, I will be back on Tuesday next week. Next week, two things that we're talking about next week. Very like hot topics right now. One of them on Tuesday, I'm going to discuss what is the healing mindset. So if you're watching this on YouTube, wait for that. The next episode will come out. It'll eventually be an episode. But it is, what is a healing mindset? We're going to talk about that. What are the components of that? And why is it so important? And so we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to also talk about on Thursday next week, a week from today, we're going to talk about the number one reason that visualization fails. I know. A lot of people use it and they're like, this is baloney. This doesn't work. We're going to talk about the number one reason that visualization fails for people. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Matthew, thank you, Matthew. Right? Thank you, Carrie. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it tonight. Vitamin L, vitamin S, vitamin P, people. We got it. I told you I was giving out free vitamins tonight. They're absolutely free. They are free for the taking. So you guys have a beautiful evening. I will see you next Tuesday. Don't forget Fork It Over Radio on Saturday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. You can just go to 1310 KFKA and listen there. So, right? Yay. Thank you, Dee. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You guys are very, very welcome. Love you to bits. I will see you next Tuesday. Everybody have a very beautiful, safe weekend. Smile at strangers. You never know whose life you're going to change. All right. Love you guys. Bye. See ya.